Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be closing out my September budget. So as you can see from my overview page right before the month starts, I just filled in my income, and this month I did have more income come in than expected. This was because I had a refund from a medical expense. So if you're not familiar, back in July, I had surgery and I basically overpaid by roughly $1,000. And so I got the refund back. So that I'm counting as income this month. And then we will calculate my actual debt snowball once I complete this closeout. So let's go through here and see. So this is the dashboard page, and I already filled in my no spend days. I was just 1 day under my goal, which is kind of annoying, but 19 days no spend is still pretty good. It's over half the month, so I'm happy about that. This is the monthly overview. And you can see that I didn't have that many days that I spent, obviously 19 days, no spend days, and they were all relatively reasonable with the exception of these 2 days at Michael's. So if you're not familiar, my boyfriend Colton, he used to work at Michael's actually, and his last day was this past week. So we decided to take advantage of his 30% discount and stock up on a few items as well as some like decorations and stuff. So that's why we went a little bit crazy. So not the end of the world, because this is like by no means what we normally spend. But again, we just wanted to save that money, which is kind of ironic, maybe, that we spent money to save money. But at the end of the day, we're happy with our decision. It's fine. We know it won't happen again. It is what it is. So here you can see that I did individually. So let me go here. Individually, I did pretty well. I was $72 under budget for my variable expenses. And if you watched my trackers update, I am debt free. So this month I paid off the remaining of my debt. So I'm just going to fill that in here. I have $0 left on my debt. So next month for October's budget, I will move on to baby step 3. And then here you can see my overall spending for certain categories. I only went over in 2 categories, crafting and medical. Crafting, again, because of Michael's, this is not a typical expense. Medical, I'm so annoyed with this. So I had another procedure this month, and it ended up costing like $400 some, but I asked to pay the minimum. So that's what I did. So I went over it, because once I feel like I have a grasp on my medical sinking fund and I try to fill it up and get it to a good point, it just gets wiped out by even more medical expenses. So I think in future months, I'm going to really bump up the contributions that I make just so I don't ever have to wipe it out and use other funds to pay for a medical expense, because that's definitely a necessity. So that was a little bit needed. This one, not so much. It was more of a want, but I don't regret anything. And then here's just an overview of how my weeks went, just a breakdown of my weekly tracker. And then this gets all filled in at the beginning of the month during my budget. So none of this has changed. The joint budget, because we also went a little bit awry with our joint as well. So we went over in both date night and groceries. Groceries wasn't as much over as it typically is, but date night was a little bit more than what we originally planned and what we typically do as well. And then household also went over budget again because of Michael's. So this was a pretty bad month joint wise, but because I had that extra money from the refund, I know I'm going to be positive this month, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So let's calculate exactly how much positive I am. So I'm going to do is I'm going to add up how much we went over in joint, because I am responsible for half of this overage. So in joint, we were over by $64.51. And what we decided to do was just empty our holiday fund to put towards our overage. So we really went over by $45.51. So because we basically emptied this fund to help pay for that. So again, I'm responsible for half of that. So I'm going to divide by 2. So my half of the overage was $22.76. So far that's how much I'm over. And then I'm going to calculate my individual overages. So overall, I was over by $158.30, but I was under by this amount. So I'm going to subtract $72. So this month I was over by $68.30. But once I add the extra income that I received, so $1,040.15, that brings me to $1,126.45. And then I'm going to add this expected value because that was just extra money sitting in my account. So my overall actual amount was $1,128.34. And I'm just going to round up on that. And then my difference was, I just had it, so I'm just going to go back. So that was $1,126.45 was my difference. So again, this month I only had extra money because of this refund. If I didn't have that, I would have been, I forgot what the number was, but like roughly $70 or so over budget. So I think because I had this refund, it kind of gave me a little bit more peace of mind to kind of spend that money, which isn't the best mindset. But again, at the end of the day, I didn't really go over for the month. So my plan for this extra money will be, well, you'll see most of it in my October budget because I actually rolled over some of that money. But some of the money that I didn't roll over was I put around, let's see, what did I do? I deposited around $100 into my Roth IRA, and I already put around 500 of this dollars into my emergency fund. So I basically refunded myself for the $500 that I had to take out of my emergency fund. So I brought it back up to $1,000. And then I think the extra $40.15 I also put into my emergency fund since I'm now on baby step 3. So that will go towards the remaining balance that I need to fill for my 3-month emergency fund. So that was all for my September closeout for this month. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know how you did in the month of September down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.